Other than collecting taxes, there's very few things the government does well. There was a broken fence at the White House, and they put an RFP out. And a fellow from Montana and Tennessee and Chicago showed up to respond to the RFP. They went up to the White House, and the guy from Montana took his ruler out, and he measured, and he figured, and he said, I can do that job for $900, $400 for labor, $400 for material, and $100 profit for me. The guy from Tennessee said, well, he measured and he figured, and he said, I can do that job for $700, $300 material, $300 labor, and $100 profit for me. The fellow from Chicago leaned over to the guy from the White House and said, I can do that job for $2,500. The White House man was incredulous. He said, you didn't even measure, you didn't even figure. How'd you come up with that ridiculous figure? The guy from Chicago said, it's easy. $1,000 for you, $1,000 for me. We'll have the guy from Tennessee that did the job. Said, if you put the government in charge of the Sahara Desert, in 5 years, there'll be a scarcity of sand. The fight for liberty has been ongoing since our founding. The Boston Tea Party today still stands as a beacon for the desire, the need, the want for Americans to be free. We're in the middle of another American Revolution. It's John Maynard Keynes versus Milton Friedman in the Chicago School of Economics, the New York Times versus the Wall Street Journal, liberal versus conservative, NBC versus Fox, Republican versus Democrat, Romney versus Obama, and the campaign for liberty. This is a war we dare not lose. Now, my father reminded us that when government decides to give something away, it first has to take it away from the private sector. Today, modern conservatism is preoccupied with freedom. It all began in the late 1950s with Frederick Hayek, Russell Kirk, William Buckley, Milton Friedman, Lew Rockwell, and Goldwater's Conscience of a Conservative. I can hear my father, Senator Barry Goldwater, say, let me remind you, a conservative is one who seeks to expand individual liberty and resist the accumulation of power by those who they think better. In his book, The Conscience of a Conservative, which I would recommend to everyone, in the beginning chapter, he explains the root difference between a liberal and a conservative. Goldwater says that a conservative takes in the whole person, the whole man, whereas a liberal looks mostly upon the monetary side of the people. Conservatives believe a man is a spiritual creature with spiritual needs. We're each very unique, and we need a philosophy and we need a government that takes into account individual differences and create conditions so that each can develop to whatever they want to develop to. Mr. President, we don't need your kind of hope and change. The kind of hope and change, we need is to expand liberty and get the government off our backs and out of our mouths. Once freedom is lost, our country is lost. I command convention in San Francisco, when Goldwater wrestled away from the liberal Eastern establishment the philosophy that now dominates and defines what a Republican is. This movement, this philosophy, has had a bumpy road, but it is still alive, it is still well, it is still important. In a real sense, the people hold the flame of liberty in their hands. Whether or not we can keep it, grow it, and expand its illumination across the nation is ours, and only ours, if we can keep it. That concludes all my serious and non-serious remarks today. But let me remind you my philosophy that at the end of the day, when all is said and done, I take life with a grain of salt, a lick of a lemon, and a shot of tequila.